KTZLC News is going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sawubona everyone. Yebo, मुझको मालूम है, हाँ, तो मेरे को बोला है कि वो रिपब्लिक न्यूज़ का था ना, वो जो जरा उस साइको आदमी था, कैसा भी बात करने का था वो उसको, और वो बहुत नाराज होता था। तो मैं अभी मेरे को बोला है कि मैं मिस्टर लामिनी को रिप्लेसमेंट है उसके लिए। तो ये न्यूज़ सब मैं बोलूँगा। ये बोलता हूँ मैं कि आपको कुछ तकलीफ हुआ, कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉरी तकलीफ है तो मुझको लिखने का, नहीं वो फेडरल मीडिया स्टूडियो को लिखने का और बोलने का कि आपको मिस्टर लामिनी नहीं चाहिए, तो मैं नहीं आऊँगा और किसी को लेके आएंगे वो लोग। तो मैं वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ बताता हूँ, अभी मैं वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ बताता हूँ, या पहला न्यूज़ का मैं बताता हूँ। रुको, मेरे को याद, मैं वो मालूम है वो ऑटो क्यू यूज़ करता था, वो रिपब्लिक का मैं नहीं यूज़ करूँगा ऑटो क्यू, या बोलते टेलीप्रॉम्प्टर, मैं नहीं यूज़ करूँगा। मेरे दिमाग, मेरे जो बाल है ना, ऐसा इसमें जो बाल है मेरे दिमाग है, और उसका मैं फ़ायदा करूँगा। तो मैं बोलता हूँ कि हमारा न्यूज़ जो है, हम हमारे पास का फेडरल मीडिया के पास इतना पैसा नहीं है। लास्ट टाइम बोला था कि 100, 10, 12, 20, 100 न्यूज़ रिपोर्टर्स को सब जगह फैलेंगे और न्यूज़ लेके आएंगे। हमने कहा ये ऐसा नहीं, वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ निकालते, कैसा वर्ल्ड न्यूज़ निकालते। मैं अभी बोलता हूँ, मैं हमारे जो है ना एडिटर वो या मेरे को भी बोलते हैं कि वो आप वो टीवी लगाओ और सब हिंदी न्यूज़ चैनल, इंग्लिश न्यूज़ चैनल और मराठी न्यूज़ चैनल देखो, और 10-15 मिनट के न्यूज़ के लिए आप वो निकालो और न्यूज़ तो वैसा न्यूज़ निकालते हैं। तो स्टार्टिंग पे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग न्यूज़ है। आपको याद है का वो पीछे एक न्यूज़ बुलेटिन में आया था, एक न्यूज़ की एक आदमी मिला है मार्स पे है, तो और एक न्यूज़ और एक साइंटिस्ट ने न्यूज़ निकाला है। कौन सा न्यूज़ मैं बताता हूँ। एक वीनस पे वो जज है, वो टेलीस्कोप से, दूरबीन से वो ये जज किया है, वो सैंपल निकाला है। हाँ, वो लाइट से कैसे निकालते हैं मेरे को मालूम नहीं, उतना ही दिमाग मेरे पास नहीं है, लेकिन उसने बोला है कि उस कैसे पता चला है कि लाइफ है, उस विनाश पे लाइफ है। पर मेरे को ये बहुत दिन से पता चला है। क्या पता चला है? नो विनस के बारे में नहीं, मेरे को पता चला है। मालूम है क्या मेरे को पता चला? ये नहीं चला पता कि विनस पे लाइफ हो सकता है वो गैस की वजह से, लेकिन मेरे को मालूम है कि यूरेनस में गैस है और इसमें बहुत लाइफ है। आओ, ओके, मेरे को अभी एडिटर ने बोला है कि ऐसा जोक मैंने हंसने वाले कुछ शब्द, जोक मैंने क्या हिंदी में देखना पड़ेगा, जोक जो जाने दे, वो बाद में देखते। तो वो एक न्यूज़ था, आपको पता चला तो ग्रेट। मैं रिपीट नहीं करूँगा क्योंकि एडिटर ने मेरे को बोला है कि ऐसा जोक नहीं चलेगा, लेकिन जोक है, जोक मैंने सॉरी माफ़ कीजिए, मैं अभी कंटिन्यू करता हूँ। एक न्यूज़ है, आप सब लोगों को पता चला है कि साहब जो हिंदी न्यूज़ है, मराठी न्यूज़ में इतना नहीं, लेकिन साहब हिंदी न्यूज़ चैनल में सिर्फ एक ही बात चल रहा है। कौन सा बात? ड्रग्स का बात। आपको मालूम है कि हम नाम नहीं लेते इस न्यूज़ में, सेफ लेने के लिए हम पॉलिटिक्स नहीं बोलते और रिलीजन भी नहीं बोलते, लेकिन इस टॉपिक पे थोड़ा रिलीजन तो आएगा, लेकिन don't worry, not editor साहिब है, don't worry, but I will tell you, मैं बताता ही आपको कि ये कौन सा बात चालू है? ड्रग्स का बात चालू है। ड्रग्स वो बहुत आपको पता नहीं होगा ये न्यूज़, लेकिन ये सब इसको बोलते हैं गांजा, हशीश, मारुआना, कैनाबिस, इसको बोलते हैं। वो बोलते हैं कि ये सब इलीगल है, पर मालूम है क्या? सब कंट्री कोई कंट्री इधर उधर कंट्री में ने अलाउ किया है थोड़ा, सब कंट्री में नहीं, कोई कंट्री में अलाउ किया है हेल्थ के लिए, पेन कम करने के लिए अलाउ किया है। ये बोलते हैं उसको साइकोट्रोपिक ड्रग। मालूम है क्या? जब वो 1906 में, मैंने 6 पहले और एक बाद में है, एक शट मालूम नहीं है, लेकिन उसमें वो इंडिया ने बोला था, हमारे कंट्री देश ने बोला था, हमारे नहीं मिस्टर खारी का देश, मिस्टर खारी का भी नहीं, लेकिन तुम्हारा देश में बोला था, लेकिन मेरा भी देश है अभी पासपोर्ट लो, मेरा देश में बोला था कि अलाउड है, मारुआना अलाउड है, लेकिन मालूम है क्या? उसमें USA का प्रेशर आ गया, वो कोल्ड वॉर, कुछ तो ठंडी का वॉर क्या है हिंदी में? डिशुम, हाँ वो चालू था। तो उसमें बोला था कि नहीं, ये कैनबिस नहीं, इलीगल ड्रग नहीं, वो इलीगल ड्रग बोलो। तो प्रेशर के वजह से इंडिया ने बोला ठीक है, हम उसको इलीगल बोलते हैं। तो मालूम है क्या? 19 ये तो इलीगल बोलते हैं 1985 में, मैंने 1985 में बोला था, आई थिंक वो बराबर है, वो बोला था कि लीगल होते हैं। तो क्या बोला है? लेकिन मैं ये क्योंकि मालूम है, क्योंकि वो एक रिलीजन है जिसमें गांजा, हशीश लीगल है, वो बहुत खाते पीते हैं, फूकते हैं। तो ऐसे इसकी वजह से वो बोल रहा था, आर्गुमेंट चल रहा था, डिशुम चल रहा था लीगल होने का। तो उसने बोला ये एक क्लॉज इसमें डाला था कि जब वो लीगल होता है तो जब वो सिर्फ लीव्स पाना यूज करते हैं, और इलीगल होता है जब वो फ्लावर, वो फूल या बर्ड, वो फूल का बेबी, फूल का बच्चा, वो जब यूज करता है तो वो लीगल होता है। ये कभी सुना है क्या? मेरे को क्या राय है? एक्सक्यूज मी, मेरे को राय है, वो मेरा ही राय है, वो मेरा हमारा शो का फैन राय है, इसको कुछ नहीं पता, लेकिन मेरा अभी वो देखने के बाद पता चलेगा, लेकिन मैं बोलता हूँ, ये मेरा राय है, राय वजह मेरा क्या बोलते हैं, मेरा ये है, मैं बोलता हूँ कि वो ड्रग सब कुछ ना लीगल करना चाहिए। क्यों ऐसा रूल रख के कि अगर वो ड्रग्स जो यूज करते हैं वो दूसरों को ट्रबल करते हैं, ट्रबल माने तकलीफ देते हैं, तो उसके ऊपर कायदा कानून आना चाहिए। ये अभी दूसरों को कुछ गलत नहीं कर रहे, दूसरों को ट्रबल नहीं, तकलीफ नहीं दे रहे, तो करने दे, जो कुछ करने का है करने दे। प्रॉब्लम क्या है? मैं बोलता हूँ कि लेट लिव एंड लेट लिव, मैं ऐसा बोलता हूँ। और मेरे को आपको ये न्यूज़, मेरा न्यूज़ बहुत बात करने का अच्छा लगा, तो थैंक यू, ऐसे होंगे, आई मीन धन्यवाद। लेकिन और बिफोर स्पोर्ट्स न्यूज़ के पहले आई विल हैंड ओवर टू मैं मिस्टर कोचे को देता हूँ, अभी अभी वो दरवाजे के बाहर में मिस्टर कोचे को देता हूँ। लेकिन मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ, लास्ट पीस ऑफ न्यूज मालूम है क्या, मेरे को ट्रू न्यूज, सच्ची न्यूज मिला है कि एक कपल, एक हस्बैंड एंड वाइफ, एक आदमी और उसकी बीवी, वो गाड़ी में जा रहा था, गाड़ी में जा रहे थे और वो पुलिस ऑफिसर ने बोला रुको, क्यों? क्योंकि वो उसने मास्क नहीं पहना था। हाउ मास्क नहीं पहना था? तो वो बीवी ने बोला आओ देखते, आओ खिड़की निकाली और बोली क्या हुआ? तो पुलिस ऑफिसर ने बोला हाउ ये नहीं अच्छा, वो इस कोविड में मास्क डालने का मास्क। तो वो जो ड्राइव कर रहा था ना, उसने बोला हाउ, लेकिन ये मेरे बीवी और मैं हूँ, ये कैसा हो सकता है? हम एक फैमिली का एक मस्त में गाड़ी में। तो पुलिस ने बोला हाउ, प्रूफ करो, प्रूफ दे दो। तो ये ड्राइवर जो आदमी था ना, उसने निकाला उसका आधार कार्ड और उसने बोला नाम बोला था, जो फर्स्ट नेम सेकंड नेम लिखा था, दिया देखो सेकंड नेम देखो, हाँ देखो नाम। तो बीवी को बोला आप हमको नहीं मालूम है, पुलिस ने बोला हमको नहीं मालूम, ये आपकी बीवी ही है। तो बीवी ने बीवी वो उसको ये शांति गया, क्योंकि उसके पास तो नहीं था कुछ, मैंने कपड़े थे लेकिन ये नहीं था क्यों वो आधार या कुछ तो पासपोर्ट था, पासपोर्ट बोला मैं पासपोर्ट दिखाता हूँ, तो पासपोर्ट निकाला इसने, लेकिन वो क्या एक्सक्यूज मी, लेकिन वो क्या था कि लेकिन वो पासपोर्ट मालूम है क्या, पासपोर्ट वो शादी के पहले निकाला था। तो वो पासपोर्ट उनका पिताजी का सरनेम था, अडनाव था, वो पीछे का नाम था। हाँ, तो उसमें पुलिस वो उसको याद नहीं था, वो पुलिस ये ले लो, पुलिस को बोला ये ले लो, ये देखो। तो पुलिस ने बोला ये तो है तेरा वो, आप तो हस्बैंड वाइफ ही नहीं है, और मास्क भी लगाना है, और कुछ तो इमोरल के लिए वजह से ऐसा हुआ था। उनको फाइन किया, वो बोला था कि जाने दे, वो सब पागल है, जाने दे, फाइन दिया और गया। ये न्यूज़ था। अच्छा लगा? नहीं अच्छा लगा, मेरे को बात करने का था, इसलिए बोला। अभी आई एम सिंग Salagatli and goodbye and namaskar. नमस्कार, माझं नाव मिस्टर खोटे. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे की माझं नाव मिस्टर खोटे आहे. हो. आता न्यूज जे काय आहे, थँक्यू, तुम्हाला आवडलं ना? हो, खूप दिवस मी प्रयत्न करत होतो आणि वाढवली. म्हणजे लोक म्हणायला लागले माहिती का, की आम्ही माझं चेहरा आणि माझं सगळ्यांचे कोणीतरी नाही आलं. तर ते काय आहे माहिती का, मी सगळं जसं काय की कोणाला माहीत नाही की मी रेकॉर्डिंग करतोय. माझं फॅमिली आहे ना, त्यांना का फॅन ड्राय जास्त आवडत नाही. हो ना, माहिती का, की पण मी जिथे मला पाय आहेत, जिथे मला मजा येते मी जातो. म्हणून कमांडर मला सांगितलं न्यूज, म्हणून माझं सगळं सारखं लक्ष असतं की कोणी आलं कोणी नाही आलं तर बघायला लागेल. हो असं हो, म्हणून मला कधीतरी थांबायला लागतं माहिती का. तर न्यूज काय होतं, न्यूज सांगतो तुम्हाला. कुठला न्यूज होता, आता मी बोलतो तुमच्याशी. मी जास्त वेळ बोलणार नाही माहिती का, जास्त वेळ बोलणार नाही. पण ते काय, ते न्यूज म्हणजे निशांत फर्नांडिस यांचे ट्रान्सफरचे न्यूज बघा, क्लिप्स. त्याच्यानंतर मी जातो. नमस्कार.
Hello people, quick this is what I draw not the draw, but you know what I'm talking about. Can you just verify that these cards have got a different suit?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Verified?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm cool.
Yes, sir.
You're the manager, na? Shafi, can you come here? Can you just, without looking at them, can you just shuffle them? Do you have an idea? Where? No. Make sure nobody sees, nobody does anything.
He's in your team, no?
Come this side.
There should be someone from your
Shuffle,
team.
shuffle, 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 shuffle,
Sir,
shuffle.
there should be a player from FD, right?
What? Not yet, not yet. Don't worry. No, this. Okay, Ashuf, can you come here? Come. Can you spread the cards out like this? Okay, good. And choose anyone and show it to the camera. Okay, put it back. Good, thank you. So now, okay. There are 10 cards here.
Yes, sir.
Can you just check, make sure that there are 10 cards?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10.
Yes? 10 cards, right? So, can you shuffle them, please?
Yes.
You're happy? They're shuffled. Who's representing FD? Howdy? You're happy that they're shuffled? Okay. You can hold it out.
Yeah.
Spread them out. And Pam, can you choose one? Anyone? Anyone you like? Show it to the camera, please. Excellent. Put it back. You can look. I mean, you could have. It was a 5 of clubs. Okay. Shuffle it again, please. Okay. And who's that? FD representative? Choose any. The 2 of clubs. Excellent. Can you put it back? Shuffle it again, please. Everyone's confused? Push. And give it to him,
I'm
please.
going to say challenge now.
And
Anything?
any card? Show it to the camera. 3 of clubs again. Okay, well done. Thank you for your participation. Thank That's a fantastic view I've kept of Abe. Pam was a magician, right?
I was going to say David Lynch. Ekdam simple, not like card tricks. I was going to say Jadugar.
Exam simple.
Sir's initial start was like, please take all the
Can you put this here? Guess what I've been doing in the lockdown? I hope all that was recorded. Oh my goodness. If it wasn't, we'll have,
नमस्कार. कसं वाटलं ते ट्रान्सफर न्यूज बद्दल? सगळे गेले का बघायला? पण ऑलरेडी बघितलेलं असणार ते. आय थिंक ते पासवर्ड ऑलरेडी दिलेले 2-3 दिवस पूर्वी का आत्ताच दिलेले का इथे देणार आहेत मला काय माहित नाही. मला काही माहित नाही का फंडा काय करतात असतात. पण मला अजून काहीतरी बोलायचं. मी म्हटलो होतो मला माहिती की मी म्हटलो होतो की फर्नांडिसच्या क्लिप संपल्यावर मी जाणार, पण मी नाही जाणार. मला अजून थोडं बोलायचंय. तुम्हाला माहिती का ते इंग्लंड मध्ये हे चालू होते, काय चालू होती, लीग चालू झाली. लीग माहिती का? हा, तर तुम्हाला माहित नसेल तर मी ते जे काय असतात ना ते डॉटनम हॉटस्पॉट त्यांची सपोर्टर आहे. मी खूप वर्ष 35 वर्षाचं सपोर्ट करतो मी त्यांना. फॅनॅटिक होतो फॅनॅटिक. पण ते जाऊन दे आता, फॅनॅटिकचं जाऊन दे. कोण तो त्यांचा मॅनेजर हा मला माहित नाही. ते जाऊन दे. मी काय लक्ष देत नाही. पण तुला सांगायचं होतं हे सगळे रिलेटेड कशासाठी रिलेटेड आहे. कोणी असेल ते आर्सेनल, कोणी असेल ते कोणी असेल ते चिटी मँचेस्टर चिटी, आणि मग असेल ते मँचेस्टर युनायटेड किंवा ते शेफिल्ड युनायटेड किंवा ते शेफिल्ड वेन्झी नाही आहे, शेफिल्ड युनायटेड. कोणी असेल ते मला काय सांगायसाठी, तुम्ही फक्त ते गोलसाठी किंवा ते काहीतरी गोलसाठी सेलिब्रेट विनिंगसाठी नका बघू. काय बघा तुम्ही म्हणजे ते कोच मिस्टर खरे काय बोलतात ते, तुम्ही कसं प्रॅक्टिस करताय पासिंग वासिंग आणि कसं नीट छान, म्हणजे जेव्हा स्पेक्टेटर येतील त्यांना असं वाटायला पाहिजे की खूपच चांगले खेळतायत ते, हो मजा आली ते काही छाप येऊन हा मजा आली माहिती का. ते आपले इंडियन देशमध्ये ते अलाउड नसतं, बिअर वेअर अलाउड नसतं माहिती का. आपले लोक जे आहेत ना त्यांना हे कंट्रोल म्हणजे हे ठेवता येत नाही, म्हणून त्यांच्या आतमध्ये हे काय विचार असेल नाही आतमध्ये ठेवता येत नाही. म्हणजे इंग्लंडमध्ये पण असे वेडे लोक असतात, पण ते मला माहीत नाही, त्याच्याबद्दल नाही बोलायचं. मला फुटबॉलच्या बद्दल बोलायचं. आणि काय बोलायचं हे बोलायचं की तुम्ही पासिंग कसं करता बघा. ते फुलम बघितलं का, फुलम काय पासिंग करते हरले, पण कशामधलं हरले ते बघायला पाहिजे, कशामुळे हरले. ते इनएक्सपिरियन्स पण कसे खेळत होते, आणि ते लीड्स युनायटेड कसे खेळले, खूपच अप्रतिम खेळले नाही का. बघितलं का कसे खेळले ते बघा. तसे मॅच मध्ये स्पेन मध्ये चालू आहे ते, तिथे तो नेमार सेंड ऑफ झाला काय, ते रेसिस बिसिस मॅचेस बघा. आम्ही पण बोलू शकतो इथे. आता सगळ्या कमांडर मध्ये चेंज झालाय, आम्ही बोलू शकतो. तुम्हाला जे काय विचारायचं असेल, काय प्रश्न असेल तर, किंवा व्हिडिओ पण असेल ते पाठवा, आणि इथे प्रयत्न करू दाखवायला, किंवा त्याचे प्रश्नाचे उत्तर देऊ आपण. ठीक आहे. आता त्याच्याबद्दल बोललो मी. मग नीट लक्षात ठेवा, पासिंग कसं करतायत आणि कसं मूव्ह करतायत, ओव्हरलॅपिंग रन करतायत ते बघा. ते असं नका बघू की कोण हरलं कोण जिंकला, हे नका बघू. हे बघा की कसे खेळलेत ते. हे माझं म्हणणं होतं. आता वेळ झाला, आता मी जातो. ठीक आहे. बरं वाटलं, थँक्यू. मी प्रयत्न करीन नेक्स्ट टाइम, मी जरा वाढू का प्रयत्न करीन नेक्स्ट टाइम. तुम्हाला वाटत असेल की मी परत येऊ तर नक्की सांगा. आणि मी जातो आता, नाही येतो काय. कसं मराठीत का बोलतात, कधी तर बोलतात मी येतो म्हणजे परत यायला चान्स आहे, किंवा मी जातो म्हणजे टॉयलेटला जाणार. मला कधी कळलं नाही, पण मी जाऊन दे, मी म्हणतो मी येतो आणि जातो. नमस्कार.
Disclaimer. The following interview has not been digitally mastered, altered, or manipulated. But if certain individuals or the interviewer himself have objections, then they can view the copy of the interview that has been digitally mastered, altered, and manipulated at the end of the show. नमस्कार थॉमस जी, शुक्रिया कि आपने हमको परवानगी दिया प्रश्न पूछने के लिए.
थैंक यू.
हमको पता चला है कि आपको फिल्में में बनाने में दिलचस्पी था, एक्टिंग में जाने के पहले.
I've worked a lot on my shooting.
आप एक अच्छा कैमरामैन है क्या?
I feel I'm a very ordinary.
ये सच बात है क्या कि आप खुद को रोल देते हो खुद के पिक्चर में? शर्माओ मत, सिर्फ बोलिए कि आप क्यों खुद को रोल देते हो दूसरों के आगे.
I don't have any specific
reasons. पाका, हमको ऐसा लगता है कि आप खुद को सबसे उम्दा और अप्रतिम मानते हैं.
I do the basic things right. I just work hard. I guess I put in more hours. My range is higher.
Range? मतलब?
Set of skills.
आपके खुद के एक्टिंग में कुछ तो खराबी होगी.
I don't.
सचमुच?
That's it.
ऐसे लोग बोलते हैं कि आप आपके फिल्मों में ऐसा लोग रखते हैं जिनको एक फूटी काउजी भी नहीं जानता.
They kind of make me look good.
ये सच है क्या कि आप एक महिला के रूप में अभिनय नहीं कर सकते?
Absolutely.
तो फिर कौन महिला का अभिनय करता? नाम दे सकते हैं क्या?
शुभांकर, मुकुल and समीर चौहान.
आप वास्तविक महिला क्यों नहीं लेते? आपको महिला का डर लगता है क्या? सिर्फ आदमी का क्यों उपयोग करते हो?
You feel very safe.
हर किसी का अपना
और परदेशी अभिनेत्री आपको फिल्मों में परदेशी को लेंगे क्या?
One is Dimitar Berbatov. I really love Tony Cruz, and then there is Paul Scholes.
परदेशी हमारा देशी अभिनेत्री से आपको क्यों अच्छा लगता है? ये अफवाह सच है क्या कि बर्बाटोव ने केवल वयस्क का दृश्य शानदार ढंग से निभाया है?
He is an artist. He can do everything around.
आपके पुरुष अभिनेताओं में कौन से गुणों चाहिए जब वो ऐसे वैसे शर्मनायक दृश्यों कर रहे हैं?
The basic qualities of being fit.
क्या चाहिए एक अच्छी दृश्यों बनाने में जब दो पुरुष अभिनेता एक साथ कुछ कर रहे हैं?
Gel well. You need to sync up without thinking about it. You need to communicate. Without this, you are just alone in your head.
ऐसे दृश्यों में अभिनेताओं को स्क्रिप्ट या लिपि लगता है क्या?
That is when you have a flow where you are in sync and you're maybe doing or going along with.
हाय मेरे मासूमियत, ये बातें तो बहुत प्रकट हो रहा है। ये शो तो बच्चे भी देखते हैं। शुक्रिया थॉमस जी, समय तो बहुत ही जल्दी गया है और एक मैं बोल सकता हूँ कि मैं आपका फिल्मों में अभिनेता के लिए नहीं आऊंगा, बिल्कुल ही नहीं आऊंगा।
Thank you.
Hey guys, and you talk about, I think we can move on to communication and awareness. Communication is very important, guys. Now, it's like, you know, when I'm talking to you right now, the communication is key for you to understand what's going on. Obviously, it would be better if I could add some visuals, because usually visuals are important in communication. But I think you're adults, and let's just carry on this way. Hey, visuals. So visuals. When we talk about visuals, and well, we're supposed to be talking about communication, so let's get back to that. Communication in a match. Communication in a match is obvious. I mean, if you want a pass, you're going to ask for it, right? I mean, the more advanced you get, the more advanced you get, and by advanced I mean, say you've been playing with the team for a long time, 3 years, 4 years, you're practicing day in and day out. In a professional club, suppose you're training for 2 or 3 hours, you're training together physically in the gym, you know, you get together maybe for an outing, maybe with friends. All I'm trying to say here is automatically the communication, it becomes as if you're communicating with sixth sense, you know, you're communicating with your parents. They just understand when something's wrong with you, or your siblings. You just understand each other better without saying anything. You understand. I won't say much about your girlfriend or your wife, because usually the bloke, he never understands anything, whatever the wife or girlfriend are thinking. But in fact, it's the girlfriend or wife who will probably understand better about the bloke, because the bloke is just thick. That's why it's difficult for me. You see, I'm dealing with you blokes, and blokes generally, look at me, I'm a bloke. Well, for those of you who didn't think so, I'm a bloke, and blokes, it's difficult for blokes to communicate with each other. Of course, for those people who think, you know, being a yar and being everything, you know, they'll even help you out if you're about to kill someone or murder someone. Have you seen those serials on TV? They call it Dastek or Sachark or something like that. Half the shows are, you know, a bloke saying, hey, I want that girl. I want that girl bad. The girl said no to me. And so the other bloke would say, you know, really, mera dost, mera yar, really, I could speak or sit down. And so the guy says, really, let's get that girl. And so the bloke says, really, I could speak or sit down. How is that possible? So in this case, communication does not mean, you know, dying for your teammate. In that way, literally, it does not mean, yes, covering up for your teammate. Your teammate's made a mistake. You can understand what's happening. You communicate with him. It's a different type of communication. You can understand each other. For that, you need words to talk. Well, like what I said before, the more you understand each other, that just becomes normal. If you're playing the same formation again and again, you know you're playing the right back, there's a right midfielder in front of you, and you literally just have to, not even give a call. That fellow will know when he gets the ball, he will know that you're making an overlapping run down. He will know what to expect. So because he knows you're making an overlapping run down, when he cuts the ball inside, the moment he sees the left midfielder or the left back tracking him, that fellow will know that you're running down the right and he'll give a blind pass to you. It's as simple as that. You get what I'm saying? But here, because the KTZLC13 has been set up, because at this moment in time, you guys are crap regarding communication, regarding teamwork and all that, and that's what this entire season will be focused on. Communication and awareness levels. So communication, a central defender's communication is this: stick to me, we're defending compact, stick to me, left back, stick to me. To make it easy on the right central defenders was maybe, and let's just say the right central defender is link, the link. I keep telling you about the link. The central defender's link to his goalkeeper, right back, left central defender, central midfielder is in front of him, the right midfielder. In which case, if everyone wakes up to the link, so that the right central defender doesn't have to call the left back who's all the way over there. It's a left central defender who will be calling the left. So he'll be looking after the left side. Right central defender will be looking after the right side. He'll be looking after the left side. So in fact, the central midfielder, he'll be happy if the right central defender tells him what to do. So if I'm the right central midfielder, I'm not always going to turn around to see what's behind me. It's difficult because I have to see what's in front of me. So if I got a call from my right central defender saying, "Hey, there's a man behind you, mark him," I'll be happy. All I'll do is take a few steps back, say, acknowledge, yeah, I've heard you. So then the right central defender can focus on someone else. In fact, the central defender will be happy. The goalkeeper is constantly shouting, because the goalkeeper is actually in the best position on the ground, because he can see everyone. And the more the goalkeeper shouts, the more his concentration levels are up there, and the less times he will make errors. Now we move on to awareness levels. Awareness levels just don't grow like a plant grows when you put in some soil and water. It's not like that. Awareness levels, have you noticed on the pitch, you go to any professional match, have you noticed the players there, and the players, I'm saying the players not only with the ball, but the players, just observe the players off the ball. Observe them off the ball, what they're doing. Half the time doing this, they're not doing this because they've got a crick in the neck and they're trying to stretch it. No, they're not doing this because there's a beautiful girl in the stands over there and there's a beautiful girl in the stands over there. Or maybe in some cases, beautiful bloke, eh? Yeah, they're not doing that. They're doing that because they're checking who's around them. So if in case, say I'm a central midfielder, I look here, I see that the left midfielder is free on the left because the attack has been played out on the right. So the defenders have all been grouped up trying to block the right side and they've left the left side free. Our left midfielder has made a move down the left along with the left back maybe. So what I'm doing, I don't have the ball, my right midfielder has the ball, right? So I'm going to quickly take a look here, say that the left midfielders are free. That's creating awareness. What I've said before about communication, if we've been playing for a long time, I'll know he's free. And then I won't have to look, although it's always generally useful to look. This habit, this is building up your awareness. So when I call for the ball from the right midfielder, I've already looked there before getting the ball. So I know I'm going to give a pass there. You see, the defenders are maybe 50-50. Then maybe, this guy might be giving a long ball to the left midfielder. They are 50-50, but you see the difference is I'm 100% and my left midfielder is 100% as well. You get it? Now the thing is, if I don't give a long ball to the left midfielder will carry on doing his own thing. No problem, but at least he's free and available for a long pass, so that when my right midfielder finally gives me the ball which I need, I won't have to look up. I won't have to look up to give to give a pass to the left midfielder. Because my brain has already calculated the distance, the movement, how much pace I'm going to put on the ball. Excuse me. All I have to do is look and concentrate on the ball. The mistake people generally make is they take their eyes off the ball as soon as the ball comes. They're already thinking of glory. They're already thinking, oh, what a great ball I've made. Oh, what a great ball I've given. And so when they look at the ball, just at the last moment, their eyes come off the ball. And then what if the ball picks up a bobble? There are chances that even on a grass ground, even on a flat ground, there are chances that you haven't calculated the pace of the ball properly. So the moment you take your eyes off the ball, gone, the chance of the ball is gone. Giving a good ball is gone. So the fact of awareness is because I looked over there, I saw him free. I saw a number of players free, maybe the striker. Maybe I thought, hey, the left midfielder's in a better position. Then I just keep on focusing on the ball, take a judgment call, make sure I release it properly, then I can go and harp on about glory, right? You see, that's all I'm going to leave for you. There's been a lot in this video. Communication and awareness I just covered for a little bit. Goalkeeper, let's just look at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper's awareness level, I said before, concentration because he's shouting at everyone. Awareness levels are key, guys, key. And make sure that your collection, everything you've been working on before the match, your keeping skills, and you talk. Let me say that next week, in the next episode, we're going to talk about what happens before a match. So the team has been selected. You know the first 11. You can see you're playing as a striker. You can see you playing as a left back. What are you supposed to be doing? We'll talk about that, unless we've spoken about that before. Well, I don't think so. Anyway, we'll talk about that next week. Maybe we'll talk about something else. Let me say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed it, eh? Goodbye. See you. I'm And I'm back. It's fake Dr. Curry here. Fake Dr. Curry here, and what I'm going to talk to you about is injuries. Last time I spoke to you about your twists in your arms and wrapping it up your ankles and whatever. I'm just going to talk to you about a simple thing called injuries. Look, I've been brought up the hard way. Hey, I've been brought up the hard way. I can't help it. I've been brought up the hard way. So if I get a cut or I get a break in my arm or my nose or whatever, I'm not going to cry about it. I'm just going to say, okay, no problem. I'll just get it fixed. I'm not even going to bother anyone. Not everyone is like that. I understand. And for that, let me just tell you, I don't expect you to be like that as well. I'm just crazy. Even my brother, he's probably crazy as well. But we, the Currys, they're crazy. We don't expect you guys to be like that as well. I understand that too. Totally. Why? Because you guys have parents. If you don't forget that most of you are people who've looked after you, yeah? Unfortunately, we haven't had that same experience. We've been not very well. Let me talk about myself. I've not been very mature along the years, although I've been very independent. You see, being independent and being mature are two totally different things. There's more a likelihood of you being independent at an early age and ending up being immature. Fortunately, I was there. Along with that came that independence, that you're not gonna ask anyone for help and whatever. And that's why when I got injuries, that's the end of the story. I tried to look after myself, and unless I was on the verge of dying. But I'm sure you'll read up on that in the memoirs. Make sure you stay interested for the memoirs. I'm still working on them. So to injuries right now, it's pretty simple, guys. Injuries is let me tell you, injuries, 90% of the time when you get injured, in all likelihood you can get it fixed up yourself. Oh yes, you might need a painkiller or something like that, maybe some balm and application to just push through things faster. If you see what I mean, where it'll take maybe 3 days because you can't cope up with the pain, so you pop a painkiller. Now a painkiller, a few types of painkillers. The main type is one which is specifically a painkiller, and the other one which is an anti-inflammatory, and then there's another one which is only an anti-inflammatory. You know, there's a painkiller, there's a painkiller part anti-inflammatory, and then there's only an anti-inflammatory. So my suggestion is you go for the anti-inflammatory if you see that you're swelling, and a part painkiller if you think you need to take some allopathy. I suggest, yeah, you don't. You be strong. Tell your brain, tell your body, be strong, and you work through it. And then, if there's a cut, obviously, guys, it needs to be covered initially. You see, that's the important part. Say you get a graze, and this is just, I'm not going to go into details. Right, guys, I'm not going to go into details. This is just, let's just say you've got a graze. You do play on hard grounds. You get a graze on your arm, and it's quite deep, you know, there's blood coming out, you know. This is what you have to do, guys. The first thing you have to do is clean it. Clean it maybe with Dettol, or clean it with water. Whatever it is you've got, but you have to clean it now. You know, like you say, you've got a stain. Yeah, maybe you blokes, maybe because of the what's it called, COVID, lockdown. Maybe because of the lockdown, you might have had to wash your own clothes. But I'm sure the washing machine did the work for you. But if you had to wash your own clothes, maybe you got a stain somewhere, and you know, to clean those stains. You asked me for the past 15 years, or whatever, the Curries have washed their own clothes. Think about that. So you're washing your own stains. Sometimes you might need a fabric softener, or a, whitener, or something like that. Whatever it is, you need to. But the thing is, you need to brush that stain. If you get a little tea, coffee, whatever, you need to brush it. Same thing applies for a wound, guys. Why? Because if you cover up a wound which is dirty, dirt carries all sorts of crap in it, bacteria, viruses, you don't know. It carries crap in it. If you cover it up immediately, the chances that will fester are high. The chances that it'll go septic are high. So what you have to do, ignore the pain. Call me. Fake Dr. Curry is available, always available for you, and he'll come running. You know that. If you want to go ahead, and some people still do. Just the other day at the session, one of the players, he went off to some physio. I mean, the only reason I understand is either the physio was his wife, or either the physio was his mistress, or either he just wanted a change and he didn't want to see my face again. But what I'm trying to tell you, that wasn't a wound, that was a joint injury. Oh well, anyway, it happens, and it doesn't matter to me. You see, if anyone trusts me, no problem. You can just understand that when you ask me something, I will tell you if I can fix it or if it's fixable, right? But if I feel this, a proper doctor, a doctor who's got a degree, a proper fellow needs to have a look at it, right? Then I'll tell you. I'm not going to sit doing. I'm fake. I'm a fake Dr. Curry. I'm just trying to, cut corners a bit. So trust me not, I see a problem. So what was I talking about? The wound. So don't wrap it up immediately. You have to clean it. Clean it up, make sure it's clean, and then dry it. Dry it in any way possible. You don't allow a fly to come and sit and then lay eggs on it, then what's the point of drying it? So don't do that. You dry it up, and once you dry it, then you cover it up. You cover it up if you're going to have to wear a sweatshirt or a shirt which is going to rub against your knee, or a pair of trousers. If you're at home, you can wear a pair of shorts. If you've injured your knee, keep it dry. If you don't have to cover it then. If you have to wear something, obviously cover it. Others, you exaggerate, you excite the wound, it'll bleed more, it'll heal, take a long time to heal. I think I've spoken enough, guys. If you want Mr. First Aid, fake Dr. Curry, to come back, please write to me. And I'll come back next week. Otherwise, I won't come back. It's as simple as that. So write to me, asking me to talk about some injuries or something you've had, to talk about anything, and the fake Dr. Curry will try and help you out. Here's me saying, toodaloo.
What do you think of yourself as a player?
I feel I'm a very ordinary player. I don't have any specific set of skill sets, or I don't have the ability to dribble past many players. I do the basic things right. So I've worked a lot on my shooting ability, on my passing ability. So my range of passing is higher. But that's it. I depend a lot on my teammates to kind of receive those passes, make those runs, and when my teammates are good, they kind of make me look good. Otherwise, I'm just very basic. I just work hard. I guess I put in more hours. So that is what I think of myself as a player, and I feel that the moment I stop working, I stop exercising, I stop being fit, I would be really bad on the field. So I just have to work harder just to maintain some level of consistency on the ground is what I feel about myself.
Which player or players do you admire in the KTZLC? Why?
So I like three players. Shubhankar, I like Mukul and Samir Chauhan, mostly because I play in those positions. Mukul has to be the most consistent player in KTZLC from the point of view of him doing the same things without fail. You know that when he gives you a pass, he will be there to receive a pass. You know that throughout the match, he's going to tell you what he's expecting of you and what you're required to do, what the strategy is. It's a very, you feel very safe with him around because you know that it's a certain, there's a consistency around it and you can trust that. Shubhankar on the other hand is a very quiet player. He will not talk a lot, but he is excellent with the ball on his feet. He has the ability to see things which you don't. He can see a pass, he can take a good shot at goal, and he's really good when he's in flow. Samir Chauhan is, I guess, he's one of a kind. He's intellectually, he's ahead of everyone else. So he doesn't need to sweat it, he just needs to be himself on the ground.
Which player or players do you admire outside the KTZLC? Why?
So there are two players I really love. One is Dimitar Berbatov. He is an artist in a sport where you are not looking for artists. That guy, he will stop time and space when he's playing. Like he'll stop the ball, he'll jog around, and everyone feels he's slow. But the thing is, he's faster here, and he doesn't need to be faster with his feet because he's just 3-4 steps ahead of you, and he has the ability to do that. A person might take 3 seconds to stop the ball, he'll stop it in half a second and go about it. And then there is Paul Scholes. Scholes is the ultimate player according to me, except for his tackles. But he has the ability to retain the ball and to be the engine of the team. And I really like Manchester United, so I fell in love with Paul Scholes. The modern day footballer, I would say Toni Kroos is the equivalent of a Paul Scholes. Toni Kroos it's up to him how the team has to play. If he wants you to play fast, you'll play fast. If he wants you to play slow, you'll play slow. He can pass the ball, he can shoot, he can head, he can do everything around. On the day he's good, it's like Brazil versus Germany. You are on rampage.
Which qualities do you think are needed in a footballer?
So the basic qualities of being fit and running around and having the ability to pass, shoot, these are all basic. But football is primarily a team sport. So if you want to win a competition, I feel as a footballer, you need to gel well with your team. You need to sync up with them. For that, you kind of need to spend a lot of hours with your teammates. You need to play with them. You need to understand them without thinking about it. Like, I need to know when I'm playing with Mukul where he's going to be. I need to know when I'm playing with Baz what kind of run he's going to make. Without this, you are just playing alone in your head, and football is not played like that. You need to play with your team. So you need to motivate them, you need to communicate with them continuously. This is something which I personally didn't know earlier, but like since I've been under coach, I've learned that how important communication is. And once the entire team is in sync, that is when you have a strategy in place. That is when you have a flow where you are in sync and you're maybe doing or going along with the strategy that you initially planned out to go with.
Finally, do you think it is necessary to be fit to be a footballer in strength and stamina?
Absolutely. I mean, it's not a question. Every footballer has to be fit. I feel that is one of the few qualities I have is that I remain fit. If I'm not fit, I know that I'm not even at 50%, because what happens is if I'm not fit, I'm unfair to my team, and because I don't run around, someone else has to cover that area for me, which puts him under added pressure, and there's going to be a lot of gaps. So even when you're playing against a certain team, it's very easy to look at a player who's unfit and then target him, and then he's easy to dribble against, he's easy to go around, because you know that he won't put in that much effort, especially in the last 10-15 minutes of the game. And the format that we are playing, which is 80 to 90 minutes, it's a full ground. Without fitness, I think it's criminal for you to just show up. You might as well say, I'm not playing and not show up if you're not fit, because the other players have put in a lot of effort to be there. So fitness is basic. It is basic. Having the stamina to last 80 minutes is basic. On top of that, you need to have skill sets to win the game. Fitness is just a primary requirement, if you ask me. Thank you.